I also just want to again recognize and honor the sex worker community. I will continue to support and be an ally.
And today I'm getting ran through by 100 guys. When did adult content and sex work, as they like to call it nowadays, become so normal and mainstream? Growing up, I remember Britney Spears wearing a thong on top of her pants being outrageous and derivative, yet now we have literal prostitutes promoting themselves on popular podcasts. Adult content and sex references are everywhere, from music videos to movies and more. OnlyFans is just another way to make good money, and young people, including children, are getting exposed to adult content earlier than ever. Adult entertainment isn't just a hidden industry anymore, it's everywhere. How the hell did we get here? And why? What does that mean for us? The internet changed everything. Before the internet, adult content was hard to access and it was seen as shameful. You had to go to the video store and rent or buy a tape, knowing you risked being seen by others or worse by someone you knew, or you at least had to pay for a cable channel to watch it from the comfort of your couch in your living room, which was not the best place to do such a thing if you didn't live alone. Or you had to buy Playboy magazines, but it was not the same. However, with the internet and the advent of smartphones, not only did it become easy to access, but it also became free. Adult content sites made sexual content readily accessible at any time and anywhere, and suddenly everyone, including minors, had unlimited access. Even if you didn't want to watch it, but were hanging on the wrong side of the web or on X, you would be bombarded by graphic ads or videos. Pop culture and the pornification of everything. The reality is that you don't even need to visit pornographic websites to be flooded with extremely sexualized content nowadays. Softcore adult content imagery is now the mainstream media. Music videos, ads, movies and TV shows had all been adopting porn aesthetics for years, but in the last 10 years, so many lines have been crossed it's not even funny. We have reached a new low, and the vulgarity of some imagery is now verging on hardcore. Somehow, we have made sexuality and lust such a normal part of the mainstream media that it now needs to be even more lewd for it to sell. Having this imagery in the mainstream confuses the mind and puts sex and pleasure at the center of people's lives. You can't just watch a show or music video or even just walk in the street or in a mall without being annoyed by a thirst trap, and this is impacting our society big time. The problem is that the public is now so used to seeing nude or nearly nude graphics in their everyday life that people are now numb and desensitized to it, making porn not so shocking or wrong anymore. The impact on society. One of the primary victims of the normalization of porn in the mainstream media are women, of course. Because seeing women in sexualized contexts is what sells, they are the main face of the cornification of our society. When having a sex tape makes you a celebrity, and being with 100 men on camera makes you rich, we have somehow let young women believe that being a prostitute is an acceptable career path, and that selling your body for money is an act of empowerment and liberation, which is another blatant lie our culture has been telling young women. Because being overly sexual, having lots of sexual partners, has or should have no consequence in their mind. But it is not realistic, nor is it healthy. For me, kids are the biggest collateral victims. Children are seeing porn earlier than ever, and I'm counting the softcore porn they show on TV and billboards. It is having a devastating impact on their developing brains. How does a child know how to handle the feelings this imagery creates in his or her body? How are they supposed to deal with the addiction that derives from it and grow up into healthy adults with healthy relationships? Who is protecting them from this? Men are victims too. Men are the primary corn consumers. Studies show that heavy consumption of corn rewires the brain. Not only can it make them have weird and unrealistic expectations of real-world women, but it can also push them to consume content that is more and more extreme. How do you expect to have healthy and strong men if they are constantly bombarded with images that ignite their foulest instincts and drive them to consume hardcore porn every day? Well, that's because they are not the collateral victims. They were the target from the get-go. You see, everyone now knows the famous adage, hard times create strong men, blah blah blah, weak men create hard times. Making men addicted to porn makes them weak. Porn invites men to explore dark and twisted fantasies and be distracted from more important matters. It corrupts the mind, depraves their souls, and turns them into slaves, making them complacent and docile. Making adult content so easily omnipresent and accessible only has downsides. Everyone involved in this demeaning culture is cheapened by it. The rappers who use vulgar, gross lyrics while showing their bodies like they were sharing your bed. The actors in pornographic movies who have never learned to respect their bodies. The exploited sex slaves who were abducted and raped on camera. And so many more. Let's stop pretending like it's okay. Consenting or not, these people have sold a part of their soul, and real empathy and compassion would drive this society to make all this craziness stop. The deeper question is, who is gaining from this? Whose purposes are being served as our society is getting more and more pornographic? And if we've already normalized it to this extent, what comes next? Thank you for watching.